Good morning. This is a small instruction video on a new Cyclefit website. The website has been totally renewed. There's a lot of new options and possibilities. In this short video I'll explain how most of the key functions work. First we go to the URL, which is cyclefit.nl. For the French-speaking customers, cyclefit.fr is also available, and cyclefit.com in the future will also bring you directly to this location. As you see, the touch and feel is totally changed. On the home page you'll find some information on why Cyclefit, for whom Cyclefit, some more background information, explanation how the measurements are taken. New dealers can request an account, and consumers can find their nearest dealer. The main focus of this video is to explain how actually a measurement is processed. To be able to do so, we first need to log in. We will do that with the email address and passwords. Both will be provided by Cyclefit. If we get into the login, we get a new page with instructions, news, new measurements, where you can put in a new measurement, control measurements, where you can look back into your old measurements, control customers, where you can find the customers you've measured before, my profile, where you can find your information. If we continue and we would like to put in a new measurement, we select new measurements. Here we have two options. You can either create a new client or use an existing client. Since the test dealer we're using now doesn't have any clients in its database, we go and put in a new client. First we select the gender, which is important because the gender is used to find the right position. As you can see, my Google Chrome browser uses some of the automatically forms. Fill in all the details. If you continue, you get to email, which is one of the most important fields now, because all clients get their own measurements in their email box, and they also have to use their own email as a login if they want to view their measurements in the future. So the measurements will be available for consumers. Of course, they cannot change anything at the moment. So they have a measurement, but if they buy a new bike or another saddle, they can look back into the measurement and check their sizes. The phone numbers. The more details you fill in, the better service, of course, you can provide the customers. And then the language, which adjusts the language for the rest of the website, or if they log in, they standard come into the English version. I agree with the terms. Now a new client is created, and then there's three options. There's the Cyclefit Basic, the Classic, and the Cleat. The instruction now is on the Classic, which will be the most used measurement. First, the type of rider. Here you see the different types: race, time trial, triathlon. These last two are new: mountain bike, cross country, 26, 29, Trail 26, Trail 29, or Mountain 26, or Mountain 29, Sport Hybrid, Standard or Compact when there's an extremely dropping top tube. I will select the road measurement. Then there's 3 kind of fitness levels, professional, recreational and starting. And then there's the measurements which are taken with the special tools. I just fill in some data now. A little bit from the top of my head. I have to get some data which are kind of, let's say, normal, not to get totally strange data. All the data are put in centimeters, and there is a security that if you put in, if I would put in for 40 centimeters, it says please enter a value between 20 and 70 centimeters. So there's some security to prevent mistakes in the measurements. And then there is a new measurement which is on the rotation of the foot and some wedging. If we do that, we need to measure the left and right foot both 3 times. The system will work on an average 4, 6, 3. Then we need to put in some information on the components. For the shoe thickness, the sole shoe thickness, sorry. In most cases, if you don't know this, it's standard 12 millimeters. If you don't fill any detail, it will use the 12 millimeters. Then there is a database behind with different saddles. For the saddle lengths, you can also manually enter the saddle lengths. We will not do that. Seat angle is necessary more for the time trial measurement to adjust a little bit more in detail. Standard are 72 and 79. But if we say this is a 73 degrees frame. Then the crank options. Since the crank is something where changing is not always easy, and there is some discussions in some scientific discussions on what is the optimum length. There are some options now. You can either do fixed when you need to, then you can put in the fixed crank length that will be used in the calculations for the seat height. Because if you don't fill in the fixed length and you don't use the output, your seat height won't be right. You can have a limited variable, which means that the crank length will be in between 170 and 175, or optimally where a full range is used from 165 till 180. We choose for the middle options. Pedal. There's a database with different pedals behind because it uses the pedal to adjust the seat height, and also for the cleat adjustments. Here it's important to know that the speed play is both in a 3 and 4 hole version, because in the 4 hole version the pedal gets the shoe gets a lot closer to the pedal, so the seat height needs to be adjusted. We choose for the 0 and the 3 hole. Since the form of the handlebar, which is usually not taken into account, but most of the results work till the end of the stem. So the form of the handlebar is important. If you have a handlebar with a large reach or a large drop, you have to put that into account. Here you can either choose enter manually. As you can see, then you can enter the reach and drop in centimeters manually. You can use the universal default, which has been in there forever, or you can select a bar from the database. Unfortunately, not all bar suppliers have all the data, so they're not all in there. For that reason, you can always use the manually. I use the 3T here. The same story for the shifters. There is a variation in the shifters. Here you can also enter manually the reach of the shifter. You can use the default, or you can either use the ones out of the database. I use the Campiolo Ergo Power New. When I go to next, the measurement will be processed, and I'll get the full result. As you can see the client details, you can see the dealer details. the numbers when it was created, the category, all the dimensions you put in, and the results. And then there's an image which explains all the sizes, the reach, the stack, etc. The number of wedges left, the number of wedges left, right shoe. If we talk wedges, we mean the bike fit wedges, which are also available through Innovative Cycling, the company behind Cyclefit. Here you see an image of how the shoe should be adjusted and the bar width. This result can be printed, saved, you can do all the options, and your client also has it in their email box. That's it for now. I think this is quite the system takes most of the factors into account, at least more than any other system on the market, which uses formulas. The next step would be dynamic positioning, when you really position somebody on the bike, go and work with lasers, etc., etc. But even then, the Cyclefit measurement is a good starting point. And probably the thing you'll find out is when you go and work dynamically, you see things like a leg length difference if somebody's not totally symmetric. That obviously is not taken into account in the Cyclefit measurement. Okay, thanks for your attention, and see you next time.